Holy smokes, everyone!
Welcome to the Roll Skull Podcast, baby.
We talk about One Piece.
Sometimes.
Polypede Works is now following. Let's go, boys!
I forgot about that, bro.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the crew, Polypede Works.
Welcome me. Hello, me. But yes, we got two chapters to cover today, 1146 and 1147. Starting off, I'm so happy Ulti and Page One are joining the crew. Well, Yamato's crew.
I was about to say, they're joining the Straw Hats, boys.
I forgot how tiny Ulti was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then Yamato is massive. But yeah, there's a 3-foot difference between the two.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's great. And it's very funny that he likes to draw these patterns now on them.
Well, for the cover stories, he can get his boys on that.
Right, true.
Let's go ahead and just Polypede Works is now following again. Huh?
I'm watching it.
We'll see how that goes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, official coloring.
So hot.
Purple
so
hair.
Good.
He was meant to be a Charlotte. Charlotte Loki, baby.
He's so good.
He's so good. I've never even noticed the goatee. Up until the point where I'm sitting there, it's like, I need to lose a whole lot of weight so I can cosplay this man. Oh my god, he's so good.
He's very cool.
I love the little tree pattern in the background here, right above his head.
Yeah.
Like, it is just like Elbaf, obviously, but like, you see the big sword and everything. Dude, it's crazy how much detail the Loki face has, like with the watercolor and all that. And just look at how scribbly. Oda cannot draw swords anymore.
Well, yeah. Maybe you lose things in old age.
How on earth did he lose the ability to draw a straight line? My man is falling to pieces.
Man, it's weird because when he's up, he is up. But when he is down, he is in the dumps. It's so weird. And it's funny that this is just a straw hat he's wearing.
Oh, yeah. Steel straw hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. He's got his own horns through it.
It's so cool.
It's the symbol of Nika. Because he is Nika.
I will say, just as an aside, I wasn't so sure about all this Nika stuff. Elbaf is turning it around a little bit. Or at least it's trying. And I appreciate that.
There we go. All right.
Oh, look at Chopper.
Look at Chopper, dude. Oh my goodness. He's so cute. I love his
little
outfit
baby.
here.
It's so cute.
I love this outfit. I really want to see him do multiple different forms. Just because of these little gold, the gold antlers.
Right. Oh yeah, because he's got the caps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, where the caps go when he turns to human point, heavy point rather.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, where are they gonna Are they gonna get? Obviously, his hat gets bigger and his antlers get bigger when he goes into monster point.
Right.
So maybe the caps are gonna get bigger. Maybe he'll wear them around his hands because he's got like those big long fingernails.
Maybe. Oh no, I mean like heavy point when he doesn't have antlers at all.
Exact. That too. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. They turn the earrings. Ooh.
It's worn around that big old weight that he carries around his neck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, how long has it been since we've even seen Heavy Point, man?
Heavy Point does not show up a lot anymore. Because that was his main point in the pre-time skip.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was what he needed to use to fight. Like, that's his strongest form. Now he has a new strongest form. So he doesn't need it anymore.
Kung Fu Point is so confusing.
I'm not even talking about Kung Fu Point. Like, Heavy Point is been replaced by Monster Point.
Fair, true. Because the last arc, which I was surprised, the last arc that we see a lot of Heavy Point just randomly is Whole Cake.
Oh, imagine that. Whole Cake being good?
It's a wonder. Because when they do with him and Carrot on that little mission in Mirror World, and they capture that long arm guy who was like a train. Diesel was his name. He turns into Heavy Point then.
I do not remember Diesel at all.
Yeah, he's like this weird long arm guy with like a big top hat.
I gotta reread. Oh, it sounds blessed as hell, but I gotta reread Whole Cake. I gotta reread that arc. I love it so much.
Good arc.
So yeah, Ulti at page 1, joining the crew.
The tiniest baby. That is so.
Yeah, look at how absolutely tiny Tama is here.
Goodness. And I guess that's her Shinobu now. And also, if you've read the SBS, technically that is her baby cousin. Because they're both Kurozumi, apparently.
Oh yeah, because of Kaido's alleged, let's say, wife.
Yeah, he likes them old and seasoned.
Let's get to the chapter proper, though. Gunko is here, and she is weird.
I love her.
This power is so strange and cool, man.
Oh, it's so cool.
Like, this is everything that I've wanted One Piece to be for a long time. Not weird hockey shenanigans. Not any kind of like my power level is stronger than your power level. No, none of this like Doriki nonsense where Luffy has to defeat Kaido by punching him really hard. It's a weird power that we have to figure out how it works and then work around that and come up with a plan to beat it. Some JoJo level nonsense. It's so refreshing.
These are all their powers really are turning into JoJo stands because it's so interesting that there's so many ethereal vector properties to these ribbon arrows. It's so odd. Apparently the
he's got
go on.
We have Hermit Purple with the thorns. We have Emerald not Emerald Splash. What was the
It is Emerald. No. Hierophant Green.
Hierophant Green with Gunko. We have Death 13 with
Dreams, right.
Yeah. Oh man, what was it? Killing Gam.
Also, fun fact, Death 13 got copied in the video game Monster Rancher 2 with the monster called Joker. They look exactly the same.
He's the Joker, baby?
The Joker, baby. But yeah, so Gunko is on the offensive, and Nami does the coolest thing in the world.
Oh my god, shark move?
Yo! My day. This is what I like. I like that she's utilizing Zeus in unique ways. This is fun. This is good. I like this a lot.
That Gunko is completely and utterly flabbergasted that they would even allude to her being human.
Yes.
Oh, her hat is so cool too. Oh my god, what a cool character.
What a good design.
And I love that from the very beginning, Brook already, like, there's something there. Brook recognizes this.
Which, this is why I like Brook so much, because he's from a time that we never cover. So you can basically fill that with anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. But yeah.
See, it's like, you could cover this, like, say that she's from Brook's Battle Convoy days.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. Because, like, his pirate crew were all about music, too.
Right.
So this might be, like, theoretically, this could be someone that's part of Brook's past, because the God's Knights and the Gorosei and all this nonsense, they're weird, man.
Yeah, they are.
Even gives them regeneration or something. They're all weird. It's possible that could be the case, or this is just a fan, and Brook remembers Gunko as a roadie.
It would be funny if she would sneak out of Mary Joie to go to concerts, and he just recognizes her for the concerts.
And honestly, that's in Brook's character, to recognize every one of his fans.
Yeah.
Considering what he's been through.
And the fact that she does not wear pants.
Oh.
I love that stupid joke. That's so good, because that goes back to... Oh, man.
All the way back to Thriller Bark.
Oh, and Thriller Bark we trust. Oh my goodness. But anyway.
So they're taking the kids.
Taking the kids. The Thundercloud is shot to death by Frankie. Good.
I can't believe that we had to do this off screen. Once again.
Yeah.
Let me see Frankie use the radical beam. I love how stanced up he is after the fact. He looks so cool in this panel.
Very super.
But let me see him do it.
Yeah. That's kind of lame. Yeah. Well, we'll have it in the anime, I guess.
True. I need Lilith to upgrade the cola formula. Or something along those lines. Yo, what if we converted cola into Mother Flame? In some way. Something along those lines. Frankie possessing the Mother Flame of some sort. Like, it wouldn't even have to be that crazy. Like, we don't need to make nuclear Frankie. Even though Nuka-Cola would be very funny for him. But some sort of upgrade. Because when Chopper was all the way back in... Chopper was showing Queen, right? The Rumble Balls.
Right.
He was showing Queen them Rumble Balls. And Queen upgraded the formula in a terrible, terrible way.
Oh, no, Caesar Clown.
Oh, it's Caesar? Okay. Oh, yeah, the Fight Queen. Doy. But, like, if Vegapunk's assistants can upgrade the science of one of the two science-y characters like that, imagine what Vegapunk themselves could do with Frankie.
Right, because there has to be... I mean, Lilith has to do something.
Mm-hmm. Endless Cola. Mother Frame. Mother Frankie.
Mother Frankie. Super Father.
Nuka-Cola.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
And maybe the drawback could be that it's way too strong. And it could be like Emeth's weapons, where he goes to use all of his power and it just explodes.
That'd be funny. The radical beam turns into the prism beam.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever.
Radical prism.
Radical prism! I just got a radical's a very 90s term, which fits his character. I just got that years later. Oh my goodness.
So we're explaining they're all from Marijoa. Easy peasy.
Yeah. The fact that Brook says, I'm afraid this one likely holds an even higher rank of Holy Knight, that's crazy.
It's so interesting that Brook is the one who knows this.
Brook is the one, not Jinbe.
Not
Jinbe, Brook. Because, you know, Jinbe knows everything about Minx. Did you know that?
Of course. And only
I reread... I can't... Wait, what did you say? I apologize.
I said it's Minx and only Minx.
Because I forgot about it, right? I went back and read it. He gives us the full explanation. It's like a full page of Sulog. And I'm just like...
How do you know
How did you know that?
Remember, guys, the One Piece is real. That is true.
Yeah, the One Piece is real, though.
This
hello,
Mr.
Mr.
Very
Bean.
much hello, fellow One Piece characters. Here's total organic plot dumping. And you know what? I love how it's being done. Because we're dumping the plot, but at least we're doing so in a way that gets Usopp on the screen.
And we're doing it in a way that actually makes sense, because Brook would be the most likely to know.
How is Brook the one who's most likely to know? How does Brook know what a celestial god's knight is? I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, I could theory craft, but maybe that would be too heavy for the show. But if you allow me, I will.
Go for it.
So there's an idea that Brook is from God's Valley, right?
Yes.
God's Valley was... Right. Because they're both from the West Blue. Mm-hmm. I mean, God's Valley is in the West Blue. He's from the West Blue. Thriller Bark is from the West Blue. So the idea is that the Holy Knights raided God's Valley. He might have heard about that. So he is familiar with what a Holy Knight is. Then the idea then is that God's Valley sayings I had disappeared from history after the whole hunting game was over. That then turned into Thriller Bark.
Ooh. Could you imagine?
Yes.
Oh my god. So not only is Gecko Moria stealing all of these, like, guys from history, he stole an island?
Yeah.
How would that even work? Okay, Honesty Impact versus King Punch. Very interesting question.
King Punch.
Okay.
Because the little Bell of the Second is sick. That's why. No other reason.
Because I like it.
Because I like it. And he did say that could take out a Yako. I think he's capping. Ooh. But the fact that was said is interesting. Honesty Impact, though impressive. Kinda, I'm trying to think.
Does Thriller Bark have a log post too? Oh my goodness. I'm all over the place today.
It's weird. That's weird. I don't think you can pick it up via log post. But yeah, I don't know how that works. Because you can't, because it's like a ship now. It's not an island, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they say that like very early on. I think like, when Brook is about to depart from the ship for the first time, like after he arrives and he talks about it, and he like runs on the water, he says like, yeah, this place can't be picked up by log posts or something like that.
And I'm also just thinking, it's like, I'm not sure if Brook would have heard about the raid of God Valley. Just because Brook disappeared into the Florian Triangle when Roger was just like an up-and-coming rookie.
Right.
And Roger was at God Valley.
And that's the youngest we've seen Roger, though, to be fair.
True. But I don't think that was like... When I think of rookie, I think like pre-time skip. I think of like the Supernovas.
Like...
If Roger's at the point where it's him versus the Rocks Pirates...
Yeah.
I don't think I would think of that as a rookie, but I don't know.
No, you're right. I see what you're going. Fair.
If Brook drinks 40 trillion liters of milk, he would not be invincible, but he would be a kaiju.
Question. If Brook... What? Huh. That he would unlock super armament hockey.
The hallowed white hockey.
Yes. Beware my bone hockey.
Oh, my bone hockey.
Oh, my bone hockey. Flow from the afterlife into me.
Oh, yeah. Then Shark Zeus is cool. Thunder Shark Tempo. Is this the first time that we've seen something like this?
Yes, because Zeus himself, even when under Big Mom, never transformed like this. Because the only transformed state we see basically is with Hera, where Hera, Prometheus, and Napoleon...
Mother's Misery.
Yeah.
That move was so sick.
That's so cool. That's like a real construct, because she was beating Kid to death. Thanks for the answer. I totally needed to know that, and now my life is better
Mr.
than
Bean.
We aim to please. Thank you for stopping by.
And just this nonsense where they just throw an arrow. Nope. The you arrow.
No you back at you, and then it hits Brook. Cinema.
I love this joke so much.
It's so good.
The skeleton electricity. Oops, it was Brook.
Based. So based.
Thanks for the follow, buddy.
Thanks for the follow, bro. I love the thumbs up, which is, I found out this is a callback to Whole Cake Island. This thumbs up.
Imagine that. Whole Cake Island was good.
Whole Cake Island never defeated. Undefeated. And this is where Usopp actually commits murder.
Are we gonna get to the, if only my hockey were stronger, then I could punch through the arrow? Goku's like, that arrow is strong. Gets stronger and wins.
Well, we'll get to somebody who doesn't have strong enough hockey to defeat it later, but
But can we talk about this? Usopp just killed a woman.
Killed her in broad daylight.
Usopp just straight killed someone.
Just killed somebody.
Where was this when he was fighting Page 1?
Right? But Well, to be fair, page 1 is a tough dinosaur. Tough, big old dinosaur. Yeah. And Gunko regenerates. Now, I'm of two minds of this. One, it could be a Mark of the Abyss thing, like it could be an emo thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or to call back to Whole Cake Island again, this is a devil fruit thing, and she is a special paramecia, and her abilities work the same as categories. Because so far,
how would an arrow?
Well, see, it's not. It's like, okay, you remember Khalifa?
What about her?
Okay, so Khalifa has the bubble fruit, right? Oh, take it easy, Mr. Bean. Thank you for stopping by. Khalifa had the bubble fruit. She can create bubbles, but she could also create like a hard bar of soap. You remember that?
Vaguely. It's been a while since I've read Enies Lobby.
Fair. So the theory that I've been like going on about for a year now is that Katakuri is not the only special paramecia, because there's a very interesting subsect of guys that all have very similar powers to Katakuri. And it starts interestingly in Little Garden when we are introduced to giants with Mr. 3. Because all of them have this weird ability to make some sort of armor. Like Mr. 3, he makes a and then too, Mr. 3, we find out in Impel Down technically is wax without being wax, because he doesn't like the heat. So like he physically looks like he's melting, even though he's not a man made of wax. So the idea is that all these guys share similar powers and work in similar ways. You just get differences depending on the type of fruit we're talking about and how the character uses their abilities. So, for example,
there's a lot of paramecias that do that too. Like Magellan also does something like that, but he's not exactly poisoned. He always just kind of coats himself. I don't think we have any gags where he is like truly poisoned.
Like with him, there is a funny gag. He's so venomous that he can eat venomous foods, but he's not completely immune, so he has diarrhea.
Exactly.
So it's like it's in and out a little bit. Like, say he coats himself with poison, so you can call that an armor. But then since he is of poison, he can't be poisoned. So that's why he can eat venomous food. Or like
I feel like Logias in general, though, there is like a specific kind of difference between how they operate from paramecias. Because Mr. 3, he can't, like, he has gags where he looks like he's melting, but he doesn't, like, actually turn himself into wax to, like, mold and shift himself in ways to dodge attacks like that.
Exactly. No, I agree. Because here's the interesting part. Katakuri is not the only one who does what he does. Trable does the same thing. Because just like Hiragunko, there is a scene in Dressrosa where Usopp bisects Trable.
Yeah.
Like cuts him in half. But Trable is fine.
But he's got like snot powers where he creates a big old construct of himself.
Exactly. And then I just think the advanced version of that is what Katakuri does. Like, he has a real body, but he moves his real body around in this other body of himself. So it looks like he's dodging attacks, but he's really not. And then apparently...
Could you imagine, after everything, if now they decided to introduce Tiny Curry?
Well, no, he wouldn't be small. He's the same size as he is. But the weird part about this whole bit is that there seems to be infinite space in the construct. And the reason why I say this is because there is a oh my god. There is a part in Whole Cake where Katakuri removes Mogura from his arm.
Yeah.
So like he's storing a Triton taller than himself within his arm at all times, or within this like construct emoji. So that's why I'm like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
See, but like you can explain that away though with the fact that Katakuri is awakened. And if you're awakened, then you can transfer your power into other things. So he could literally turn Mogura into Mochi and store it on him that way.
That's true, but then at the same time, he doesn't use that in combat.
True.
Because like when he uses Mogura, he transforms his arm and then twists that around for more thrusting power. He never extends Mogura itself. So it's like, I don't know.
Katakuri is just weird. I think for the most part, he was just meant to be kind of coded as a Logia, but Oda forgot his own laws for how Logias work. This doesn't feel like Logia. Or Special Paramecia, for that matter. This feels like they're trying to establish these guys in the same way as we did with Saturn. Where Saturn was like blown apart, and then you could just put himself back together.
Like, I follow that. My only difficulty with that is she looks like cloth, ripped up. Like how, because the arrows have been described as they're being made of cloth.
Yeah, she might have just created a whole construct of herself, and this isn't her real body, even.
Right. Like, I think based on how weird the arrows are, and that's what I'm saying, like, I think with all of these, it just depends on who's doing it. They can store themselves within a construct of themselves, because here I could believe that she's just wrapped up in like her whole body is composed of these bandages, and her real body is just hiding within that. Now, the true test is how is, say, Somers going to be represented? Because Somers might be the same as her based on what we see, I think, here and in chapter 1147. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in the future.
Molotov in chat does have a point. If he could retcon the Gomu Gomu, I'm pretty sure we could be allowed to retcon the Logia rules.
And here's the weird part about Logia, and no one like brings this up, at least no one on YouTube I've seen. Logias, despite like how weird the user themselves seem to be, like the users themselves have all these like different abilities, like say NL can start his hard, Blackbeard can turn off Dofro users when he touches someone. The things they generate are played straight.
Yeah.
Whatever they generate doesn't have any special abilities to it.
True.
Like Eneru's lightning is just lightning.
Katakuri's Mochi is just Mochi, yeah.
No, Katakuri's Mochi is not just Mochi, actually. Katakuri's Mochi is unusually sticky.
Oh, and he can also like turn it into fists and stuff like that. Like he can transform it and construct it.
And yeah, well, I mean, Logias can do that too. Like Eneru can turn his lightning into a bird. The difference is that Eneru's lightning has no special properties to it. He can just control it. Whereas with Katakuri's Mochi,
I guess the difference is that Mochi is like a physical thing, and a lot of Logias are energy based. Like smoke or something like it's all weird and convoluted and gobbledygook.
Like the only thing I'm saying is that with Logias, they don't have any ethereal abilities to what they generate. Special Paramecias kind of do, because even like, okay, with Katakuri, the Mochi is unusually sticky. With Mr. 3, if he is one, the wax is as hard as steel. Magellan, all the venom has different properties. Some venom is a neurotoxin, other venom is corrosive.
I'm interested to see if this is something that Gunko can do, just Gunko. If the other God's Knights can do something like this.
See, now that's the interesting thing too, because like Killingham should be based on what Zoans can do.
Yeah.
Because Zoans are regenerative. We know that for a fact.
Not this regenerative.
Come
on, not quite like this. Like they're good at healing from like battle damage, but not like top half being blown off.
That's true.
I don't think Dalton is surviving this.
What? Well, see, that was we do have Marco.
Yeah, Marco is completely different.
Marco and then what's his name? Orochi.
Like Marco and Orochi, those are outliers for what specific devil fruits they are.
That's true.
Orochi can lose a head because he has 8 more.
Right.
Marco can get stabbed because he's a regenerating phoenix.
That's true. We'll have to see, because I am interested.
Like, I don't think Lucci's doing this.
No.
But like, I would be interested to see if this is only Gunko or the other two can do this too, just because of how Gunko's fruit works.
Yeah.
Because the idea is, okay, I put down an arrow, and this line right here might be a little bit telling. I put down an arrow. Once it starts, it cannot be undone, and no one can stop it. Gunko is the arrow of fate itself. So if things happen that go against that plan, the arrow fruit might just retcon it.
Yeah.
Which I think is an interesting addition to this. Gunko will get razzed. But I think that this is like an interesting way that we could build up on that, if that's part of her power. Now, if it's a God's Knight thing, because the Gorosei could also do that, and this might have been like a setup from the Gorosei into this, I can also believe that. I don't know.
Yeah. That is the question. Like, is this a devil fruit thing, or is this like a Emu's blessing or whatever thing? Or whatever, how the power works. So we'll have to see, but it is interesting. Also, I just thought about this. I wonder, how does she fare against other devil fruits that influence direction? Like the Mark fruit. Or like the Paw fruit.
Well, no matter what, the arrow point's true.
Huh.
Can you push the arrow? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can you well, see, we know they can be touched.
Yeah.
So can you throw the arrow with the Mark fruit, and will that make it go somewhere else?
Can Usopp shoot the arrow with his slingshot like a bow?
That's a good question.
Can it bounce off rubber? We already saw it hit Loki.
That's another thing too. They can become really thick
and
like stab into.
It's a very fascinating power. It does a lot.
It does a lot, and it's cloth apparently. Because I made a video recently, a while ago, stating like this could be like a repurposed fruit that was originally supposed to be for Black Maria, called the Sash fruit. So maybe this is what that turned out to be. But it's very interesting.
To be honest, I'm glad that this wasn't given to Black Maria. She wouldn't have had the time to make it cool.
Not all.
All right, so we can see that you can try to pull the arrow, but Nami's haki is not strong enough. No. So we know that Conqueror's haki does not work on it.
It does not. Meanwhile, the giant warrior pirates are killing all the constructs to death.
Yeah, the giant warrior pirates are winning against the first wave of whatever this is. This is probably just like, hey, let's give them something to worry about while we steal the kids.
Right.
All we got to worry about is half of a Yonko crew and one former vice captain. Easy, boys.
Right. True. But then, the best panel in the world shows up. Fat Loki. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I clapped and cheered. Oh, yeah! So he is a good boy forever.
Ain't no way he is a villain. Come on, look at him.
Oh.
Like, if he does turn out to be a villain, like, as the trickster god, Oda is a genius. If Oda is using his own writing style and his own like fundamentals that he's been writing into the story for 20 years now, if he is using that to trick his audience into trusting Loki, he's a genius.
And even if he is evil, I will never be mad at him.
I can't hate him. He's too perfect. He's too good.
He's the best.
He's the man. I love him so much.
Who's that loser?
One panel. He's in one panel this chapter, and I love him.
One. How has he already overtaken his brother? This is insane.
Well, let's be honest. Hajridin was in Dressrosa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot to get him back into the fold.
Oh, Dressrosa. It seems like he keeps getting smaller too.
Right?
Because Pika was bigger than him back then, but yeah, go on.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna get smaller. What being could possibly be larger than Fat Loki?
Right?
This is Fat Loki we're talking about.
Peak male form.
You may not like it.
But there it is. Also, Fat Luffy next to him is the cherry on top. Look at that.
Two Nikas.
Two Nikas. Nika white and Nika purple.
I just love, I love how this chapter goes about throwing lore and exposition at us.
Yeah.
Because things are just happening. Things be happening, and Gunko is just has her villain speech ready. Which of course she would. She's a fan of music. She would have the lyrics ready. I hope she says this.
I hope she kind of like halfway breaks into song and then gets embarrassed about it in the anime.
Oda already signaled that Loki is the villain because he did not kill King Harold. True.
But thankfully Gunko is a female villain that does not compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
She's just cool, man. Oh, this
she's just cool.
Where she has Jinbe and Brook hit each other.
Also, my king Brook is immune to Fishman Karate, based and true.
He doesn't have water in these bones.
No, but he can stab Jinbe and draw blood. Excellent. Excellent.
You're like, at last.
At last. Bloodshed.
Why didn't Brook kill Jinbe? Bad ending.
I love how Jinbe can be... He effectively has gotten weaker after being a Straw Hat, because got attacked by Big Mom is absolutely fine. Gets attacked by Big Pussycat and Wano, draws blood. Gets attacked by Bone Man, he draws blood. What happened, Jinbe? What happened?
Well, in his defense for Whole Cake, A, it's Whole Cake, and everyone was better in Whole Cake. B,
true.
When he was up against Big Mom, it was one attack. At the very least here, he's going to be in, like, drawn-out battles.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate the nerf, because we don't need Jinbe to solve every problem.
I don't see what...
to fry? Oh my god.
Well, based Molotov. Because I don't see why he can't solve it. I'm surprised Brook is able to talk. Because I would have thought Jinbe would have just been dropping exposition on us since he knows everything.
It is, like, I always found that... Not always. I have been finding that strange. From Oda's end. Yeah,
it's you know what it is? It's a fill-in for people who aren't there at the moment. Because usually it'll be Robin, which makes sense. Like, if Robin... Like, an alternative to Brooks talk about Holy Knights would be Robin.
Like, because it would make sense that Robin would know.
Right.
Theoretically, it might make sense even that Jinbe should know. Because he was a warlord. He was working for the government. He might know who his bosses are, right?
Maybe.
He was a warlord for a long time. So it would make sense that Jinbe would know, but he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Instead, Brook knows.
Brook knows, which makes it more interesting. Also, and we'll get into this very soon, well, no, I'll talk about it later. But like, this is in what Brook's kind of wheelhouse, and it has been in his wheelhouse since Thriller Bark. He investigates things and finds things out, and what he doesn't investigate, he just knows off the bat, usually is because of just his life during his time as a pirate, because he knew about samurai as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I can believe it, and it creates intrigue here.
It makes you like, if Jinbe knew, then we could just be like, well, we know why Jinbe knows. But because Brook knows, it makes us ask questions.
Gunko also kicks Nami in the face.
Face. Boosh.
Kablam. Boosh. And Usopp gets a knee in the face. It should have been me. But
don't worry. Don't worry. Nami's fine because her Conqueror's shield obviously blocked that kick.
Yes. Weather hockey.
Oh, my weather hockey. And I love how all of this happened. Like, this might be the best choreographed fight since... Good lord, since Katakuri?
Yeah, because if you feel the motion on the page. You can really
literally, we have set up and payoff, right? We set it up all the way back here. There's an arrow. We know how the power works because she's used it before against Loki, an unmoving target, right? Well, what happens if they use it against targets that can move? Let's find out. Arrow goes in, we're hitting Usopp. We have a goal, right?
Right.
The goal is get Gunko to Usopp. The things against them, immediately next panel. Everything that's going to stop her from that, right?
Right.
So as this is happening, we see an action shot. Flying, starting to slide down. Stops colon. Boom. One thing out of there. Boom, boom. Two more. Stops them. Boom.
Yes.
Hits that action shot right there. We still see the movement of that slide in this panel with the arrow starting from the top and sliding all the way through.
Right.
So this shot is immaculate.
It really is.
And you can even tell from all the way back here, like, everyone that's going to be in the way and the order in which they're going to be taken out. These two first, then Nami, then Usopp. Because that's where the arrow is passing by, the order in which they're passing. So we cut through them, we cut through Nami, we cut through Usopp. Boosh. Like, I don't get to say this very much for Oda. But that was an immaculately choreographed action shot.
It really was. And to finish it off, we have Colon being taken away.
The reveal of Brook Mjolsgard would be crazy.
That's what I've been... What if it's like Remo Shifu Brook? Could you imagine? Because, well, I'll talk about this a little later, but it's very interesting that we were reminded that Brook fences. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's immaculate. You're absolutely right. The choreography is great. I can't wait to see this in the anime after we finish with Dumb Egghead.
Mm-hmm.
Though Egghead has been animated well, but I want to get to this. This is crazy.
There's a lot to like about Egghead.
Yeah.
There's a lot to not like about Egghead.
Yeah.
But I love how we're basically showing all these guys here, right?
Yeah.
Showing everything that's going on, and then, boom, here's what we were here's what we were doing all along. None of this actually mattered. We're going after Elbaf's communication system. We killed the principal off screen. We don't have to worry about that. Oh wait, we don't even have to kill the principal off screen. We get one shot of him dying.
Yes.
That's more than Frankie got. This is garbage. I do like that killing him is like really strong though. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean it is of Zoan pedigree to be strong. So Yeah, I believe it.
I like to imagine he has dream strength.
Yeah, he dreams to be stronger, and therefore he is.
Yeah. That would be a very interesting fight against Nika, because they both are operating through the power of imagination.
Very true. Also, what I found out recently, and I made a video about this, there are only 3 true deity fruits in One Piece right now.
Huh. Let me think.
There's Nika.
Buddha.
Not Buddha.
Not Buddha?
No, that's not even the Buddha. It's a Daibutsu. It's a statue of the Buddha, but not the Buddha. So it's just Nika, Killingham, technically.
Is he a god?
And yeah, Kirins are sacred beasts. They are divine beasts. And then you have Yamato. You can see this because all of them have lightly colored or white Hagoromo. Yamato is the standout because she's the only one who...
Yamato's a guardian deity.
Exactly. That's what Gato says. So you have a guardian deity, a sacred beast, and then a sun deity.
I think you're onto something as to why the white Hagoromo exists. That's interesting. I never thought of that.
Yep. Check that out on Polypede Works!
Guardian deity.
Is everyone else?
Pell. We ain't seen Pell awaken yet.
Oh, Lordy. I mean, you joke, but the Falcon, I think, did have some sort of...
we have seen that Zoan awakening is achieved through death.
Yeah.
That's how he survived the bomb.
Oh, Lord.
He awakened at the last moment and didn't tell anyone.
Can you imagine? But the funny part about this is that none of the 5 elders, from what I can see, are deities. They're all just yokai. If they are mythical and or ancient Zoan, and I say and or ancient because I don't know what Jupiter is supposed to be. Like, it's a sandworm, but that's like a D&D monster, so I'm not sure how we're going to describe that. Is that a real world creature in One Piece? Is that like a sea king, or is that like a mythical thing? I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
but they all have black arc.
So weird, man.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know if they're devil fruit users. We never got that answer. Thanks, Vegapunk.
I like to think they are, just based on how their introductions are very similar to that of the Jailer Beasts.
Yeah.
And what you just have, like, the name of the guy, but you don't even have any confirmation till way later that they're actually Zone fruit users. So, like, and then we still don't know what kind of devil fruits they have. We can only, like, assume that, like, Minotaurus has the ox fruit model cow or whatever, or bull.
I want to know what they're gonna tell. I want to know what they're gonna tell everyone. Oh, dude, I just realized.
What's up?
Summer's weapon is cool.
Yeah.
He hockeyed up a vine and turned it into a club.
I wonder now about this. His sword during his introduction had thorns on the hilt. So I'm wondering, did he take his sword out and then wrap vines around that and then hockeyed that up?
That'd be cool.
But either way, I love his big beat stick. It's very cool.
Everything about these characters. I love the God's Knights. I love these villains. Showing. I love these villains. And diggity dog, the Gorosei show up and they just fumble about, doing absolutely nothing for way too long. The God's Knights show up, we have a plan, and we are succeeding in that plan.
Not only that, none of these guys are the lead. The lead left already.
Oh my god.
Shamrock is out of the building. He entrusted this mission to his underlings, and they are pulling through.
Gorosei are middle management confirmed. Like,
they are terrible.
Like, good lord. Their showing was so bad.
And I'm just going to reiterate, the Holy Knights have a deity on their squad. I don't see any white Hagoramos and the Gorosei.
Like, we showed up every one of the Gorosei, all of them, at the same time, with the sole They succeeded in one of the things they wanted to do, right? But their sole mission was killing Vegapunk, which they didn't even do.
No.
They got the Mother Flame, so that's good.
No, they lost that.
Did they?
Because they got the Mother Flame. They lost Punk Records. Excuse me. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So they got the Mother Flame. That's the only thing they succeeded in. They lost Punk Records. They didn't kill Vegapunk. So somebody who knows the ancient history is still alive.
Which is correct.
Good lord.
They got York.
Wait. Now I'm thinking about it.
What?
Frankenpunk knows everything.
Yeah, so they...
Because Shaka was in the room.
Right.
It was Saturn that got emu snapped. Jupiter's fine. But yeah.
Yes.
So they came in, had a terrible showing.
Terrible.
Like the pig guy was immune to damage. Woo. But they failed their major mission, and then one of them got literally killed. Something that has not happened to a single villain in One Piece.
No, turned into bones.
Literally murdered on screen.
In front of many a person, which was insane. Granddaddy Spider is no more. I hope that what's his name? Garland gets a cool spider sword, though. That'd be nice. But anyway. Cool. If he even needs the elf fruit, because he's so based.
I would rather Garling have the rabbit fruit. Because he's a moon man.
Yeah, I'm down for it. He's a big hair.
Yeah, or a rabbit sword.
Hair!
Hey.
Oh, I like that. Oh, Zakk, that's good. I like the pun.
Or he killed Katakuri for the mochi fruit?
No!
Oh, my moon mochi. That is true, because rabbits create mochi on the moon.
Yeah. Oh, wait, he's wearing sunglasses like King Kara from Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, because King Kara was a rabbit.
I'm telling you, it's got to be rabbit themed.
I'm taking that's a video.
human fruit model Kakuya or some nonsense like that, but
I like that.
Yeah, I like him to be a rabbit, and like then if you wanted to, you could tie it into like some sort of like Zodiac thing.
Yeah.
If that has any bearing on anything for what the Gorosei are.
Right, he's dressed like King Carrot. Oh my god, wait a minute. Before he becomes a
clones because rabbits multiply.
Yeah, no, that's good actually, Molotov. He's dressed like King Carrot when he's a Holy Knight. Mm-hmm. He's got the cloak on. That's very similar to what King Carrot wears. And King Carrot was sent to the moon by Goku.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
Oh,
that's
you. Good. That's good. I should have had that for Easter. No, I gotta have that out by this month. No, that's good. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
I love that Saul is holding his own. I love that Saul is holding his own, but he does not stand a chance here. Because a Vice Admiral should be able to fight a little. But a Vice Admiral should be able to hold their own. They're all really strong. Like, hilariously in Egghead, the Vice Admirals had a pretty decent showing. They pretty much did everything I would expect them to do. Right? Like, one of them got completely mogged by Frankie, but that's like a top 10 member of a Yonko crew. So of course a Vice Admiral will get mollywopped. They are only slightly stronger than Sanji, but we take that. I mean, at the start of the series, a Vice Admiral almost soloed Luffy. That was crazy. I think he was even a captain at the time. He wasn't even a Vice Admiral. Rest in peace, Captain Chaser. It's a shame he was a 4Kids exclusive, and he's no longer in the series. I wonder if Kobe is going to become a Vice Admiral. Now that he's done everything that he's done on Hachinosu, right?
He could be a Vice Admiral. I mean...
They're gonna be looking for new ones.
Yeah, because most of them are... most of them probably just gonna die.
Bluegrass and Doll are cooked.
You know what? No, everybody but Doll. Doll got too much screen time to be cooked. And you look at this last shot where Summers is before Saul. This weapon is huge.
Oh yeah. Oh,
look at that line.
God, Summers is so cool. I love the God's Knights. They're all so cool.
They're really cool.
I love his big dumb crossbeard.
His crossbeard's good.
He's got a big dumb crossbeard. He's got cool shades. Former Vice Admiral Saul. Out of here.
Out of here. They really did put the dude in one piece. That's crazy.
The literal dude.
And I can't believe he's related to the worm. Jupiter. That's so funny to me.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because his name is Shepard Sommers.
And I love that. This is confirmation. Loki is the good guy. The Giants were supposed to be their mercenaries, and Harald messed it up by getting killed.
Loki coming through for his people.
Like,
you love this.
Like, Harold is definitely going to be like some sort of like misunderstood legend kind of guy. Like, they're both going to be misunderstood in a way. I don't think Harold's going to be like truly a bad guy.
No, yeah.
I think that everything that he did was to try to protect his people.
Yeah.
In a way, because he's like, hey, I'm going to disarm Elbath. If we become a country of scholars, then nobody is going to want to use us.
Right.
So I think his plan was to make themselves unvaluable, devalued.
That makes sense.
To the Gorosei and the God's Knight, so that they would just be left alone.
Right.
Meanwhile, Loki's like, no, we're fighting. That's who we are.
Which, I mean, both of them are correct, because one, Harold or Geraldo, whatever his name is, wants to spare his people from the wrath of the world government, whereas Loki says, no, we should uphold our culture and be the warriors that we've always been.
And do you know exactly what this is like?
Oh, what?
A little arc called Annie's Lobby. Where Robin decided to go along with the plan and leave the crew to spare her people.
Very true. And then what else was it in his lobby?
A lot of really cool fights.
Giants.
Oh, true. Oimo and Kashi were there too.
And Saul appear in a backstory.
And it all has to do with Robin.
Right.
Set it back to Robin's arc. I can dig it.
I can dig it, bruh.
And Usopp was... Oh, wait, no. Usopp wasn't there till the very end. I forgot. Usopp...
Right, with Silky King.
Yeah, they wrote Usopp out, like, during Water 7. I forgot about that.
And then there was that point where there were two Usopps. Remember that?
I think that was a retcon. Where they brought Usopp back, like, at the very end. It's like, huh? How did he even...
No, at the start.
I don't remember that at the start.
Because, like, there was an Usopp that went and checked on the boat while Usopp was still at the docks. And he was really cool. He could jump. Oh, no, that was... Right, that was revealed to be the giraffe.
I'm misremembering it, too, yeah. Usopp, like, we needed Soge King because Usopp had to bring the boat.
True!
At the end of the arc. That's how we got there.
Right.
How could I have been so silly?
I forgot to, my bad. I can't believe Usopp number 2 was just Kaku. That's crazy.
I feel like Kaku is what happens if you merge Usopp and Jinbe.
Yeah. But I don't know. Kaku's kind of based.
So is Usopp.
You got me. Not
Haku
true.
is what happens if Jinbe was based like Usopp.
True.
Bon Clay. Let me see. I am missing out on everything here. Other giant societies who could have moved to an unfaithful wife giant colony instead of that.
Well, they need their king, Molotov. So, in chapter 1147, the things we find scary, we see that who has been demasked.
Oh yeah, let me see here.
Cool cover, by the way.
Who has been demasked? It was Raizo the whole time.
No, like in the corner, you see that?
Let me see.
The guy holding up the thing?
Oh yeah.
Behind Yamato. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Okay. Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Raizo is a daimyo of Udon.
Yes.
Raizo is the daimyo of Udon prison.
Yes.
Like, Udon was the prison, right?
Yeah.
Why did they not give that to Kawamatsu, first and foremost?
That's what. Well, see, because now Udon is a forest because Naruto and ninjas. So now,
why?
Now,
first and foremost, Kawamatsu spent 25 years being poisoned in that prison. Give him the land.
That's a good point. What is Kawamatsu the daimyo of? Like the coast?
Probably.
That's stupid.
Secondly, oh, so the daimyo of this land is just showing up all of a sudden going, hey, Yamato, thanks for helping out with that slight problem of, the one of the top 10 subordinates of the guy who ruined my life, killed my master, enslaved my people. It was just like hanging out in my country, in my territory. I just thank God you were here to help out, Yamato, because Raizo, certainly was not going to do anything to help out.
Big thanks to you. And hey, look, thank you too, cute baby. As he gives, I guess, his apprentice a pat. I don't know what time it is to him.
It's not his apprentice, because she's Shinobu's apprentice.
Isn't he above Shinobu? I forgot.
I mean, even if that's the case, like, just because she's becoming a ninja doesn't mean that every ninja is the apprentice to Raizo, which would be kind of cool, but nah.
True.
But, yeah, Raizo, where were you last chapter?
Making scrolls.
Why did he show up after the fact?
Well. No, I agree, it's stupid.
Like,
it didn't help at all.
Diggity dog, let Raizo show up to save Page One's life. Then we could talk about how beautiful person Raizo is to be able to forgive his opponents so much. Instead, he's a fat, lazy lad who is letting his former enemies set up camp and cause trouble in his territory.
Also, the hideout is garish. You can just spot that from a mile away. Look at this thing. Ew.
I wonder who's hanging out here.
Who's a Pokemon like gym leader? Look at this.
Pokemon gym.
Look at this. It's so ugly.
I'm just so mad at Raizo. I'm so mad.
He's so lazy. But he brought food.
Like, diggity dog. Like, remember when he single-handedly decided to be, like, chained up because he knew that he would not be able to keep himself from trying to stop the plight of the people of Zou, people who are loyal to a fault to Wano, people that literally genocided themselves to keep Raizo safe, culminating in one of the most beautiful panels of all of One Piece. Raizo is safe. Hey Yamato, thanks for helping me. Thanks for helping out. I certainly wasn't going to do anything to stop one of Kaido's subordinates from killing people in my territory. Get out of here. I hate this character. I hate him.
He has become flanderized because now he is all about sitting around. and being unseen until he is needed for the plot.
I had my people chain me up so that I could not stop Who's Who from killing my people. It's all I know!
It's all I know. But since you're moving the plot along, here are some onigiri.
Like, my brother in Christ, just put him in the background of one of the... Put him in the background of one of the, good lord, what do you even call it? Just one of the cover page panels.
Yeah. I mean, he's a ninja. He should be able to sneak in.
Yeah, at least show that he's in disguise and doing something.
Nah. Too lazy.
This man. This is why Odin died.
Yeah. Yeah.
His top two were perfect. His third, garbage.
Actual trash. But I wonder now, are we going to get the scene where Who's Who also pledges loyalty to Yamato because he has been unmasked, much like a luchador in wrestling?
Are we going to get a gag with Who's Who's face?
I hope he's so ugly. Or he has tiny baby eyes.
Or a big old question mark carved in his head.
Ooh, question mark eyes.
Or
he's a freak.
His mask makes it look like he has tiny eyes. So what if he has giant eyes? Like
good,
giant, adorable cat eyes.
Oh, and he does cat poses.
He's got the Puss in Boots.
Yes.
Disarm your opponent to get them ready for the Roku Ogun. Can he use the Roku Ogun? Was he a master of all six?
No. He just
had Fang Gun.
Right.
He was the Shigan master.
He was so cool. Because he was a Shigan master. He incorporated blades into his fighting style because it's a pun. Saber-tooth tiger. Mm. Saber, get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he's very cool. Or maybe he has daggers for eyes.
That would be interesting if Yamato's scabbards were just all of the Tobi Roppo.
Yeah. That's what I and many people have been saying. Like
it's just nepotism.
Yeah, she wants to be Odin.
Yamato is just inheriting all of her father's strongest soldiers.
Yes, and turning them into good guys.
Mondo, cool.
Oh, what if he has eyes? If they stick out, what if they're like the noodle guy from Ennis Lobby, Wazani?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I hope he looks dumb.
I hope he looks dumb. Because the only young shot we've seen of him is when he got the gum fruit stolen from him. Uh-huh. So we know he is of the Oni race, apparently, because he does have horns. Mm-hmm. Like real horns, but his hair was over his eyes, so we don't know what he looks like.
Maybe he has a bowl cut. That'd be funny. That's what he's trying to hide.
Yeah, he's balding. Big bald spot.
Oh, that'd be funny. There's a lot we could do with Who's Who.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want Who's Who to have tiny eyes because I want Loki to have tiny eyes, and I don't want that joke to be ruined in the cover page. But anyway.
So should I just get right?
Beard.
They're hiding in Saul's beard.
Do you want to get to it?
Should I just get to it?
All right, I'm on the panel.
Okay, so 10 years, right?
Uh-huh.
For 10 years, Jinbe has been the man with a plan, never faltered, is never in any dire strait. He has fought every single high tier in the verse, just about. Fights Aki Inu, hand is a little burnt, doesn't matter. Gets attacked by an enraged Big Mom, hockey's up, no blood is spilled, right? Mm-hmm. Knows about everything. Knows about Blackbeard. Knows about Sulong. Knew
Jinbe
how to
confirmed Oculus.
Knows about how to defeat Moria Zombie. Mm-hmm. Which the more I thought about that, the more I'm like, how do you even come to that conclusion? Who told you that?
Wait, when did Jinbe learn to defeat Moria zombies?
At Marineford.
Huh.
He just knows. Remember when Brook had to just eavesdrop on a conversation between two zombies in order to figure out that their weakness is salt? Jinbe just knows their weakness is salt water.
Well, to be fair, he's interacted with Moria a lot.
Yeah, but no.
He's probably used salt water before. He's probably said something to tick off Moria, and Moria sent zombies after him.
He knows that, but he doesn't know that Kuma's a good guy.
How could he?
Because, I mean, you would think based on Kuma's actions, maybe with him out in the field, he would ask him. Since he's so inquisitive, he would ask Kuma, I heard you are a Tyrant King. Is that true?
Oh, I heard you are a Tyrant King. Is that true? Specification not notified. 404 user error.
I guess so. I guess so. Because, I mean, the guy who is prejudiced against a lot apparently can also hold prejudices, and that's absolutely fine.
Well, yeah.
He has no curiosity in how maybe the paper lies about certain people, even though the paper lies all the time.
About his people in particular, but yeah.
About his people in particular, yes. But hey, whatever. Doesn't care when a clone of him is right before him. Everyone else freaks out about it.
I will never get over that, man. He no-sold his own clone.
I say all this to say, how is he tied up here?
Gunko's just that strong.
You mean to tell me the man who can catch a Gear 2 Luffy and no-sell his speed gets the speed blitz by a random woman?
Mm-hmm.
I know she's a holy knight. I understand that, but how?
Okay, so I'm going to bring up JoJo's reference. So everyone in chat, be prepared for a JoJo's reference. Do you remember in part 1 how they introduce Hamon? And the power of sunlight karate can only be drawn from the breath, and it pours through your entire body through the blood.
Right.
I feel like Fishman karate kind of works in the same way. You can't be able to use your most powerful techniques unless the blood, the water in your body is flowing through. But unfortunately, Jinbe, much like the masters of Hamon, he took a tremendous, debilitating ice attack, freezing his blood, making him unable.
I hate this.
If only Frankie were here to take the wheel.
I find it very funny that the man who is the master of tacking rope and making knots is defeated by cloth.
Mm-hmm.
He's defeated by a big knot.
Well, don't worry. He's thinking right now. He's thinking!
Why is he thinking? You know what? No. Because for 10 years, every time I was on Reddit or someplace else, people swore up and down that he was a master strategist. In a place that we both met, people even lied and said he's a strategist for Big Mom's entire outfit.
Well,
where do people get this from?
Well,
because he made a plan one time?
We just haven't seen. We haven't seen the depths of what he's doing right now. Next chapter, he will be vindicated. Obviously, Sun Tzu, you gotta get into the mind of your enemy. Sun Tzu, you have to trick even your friends to fool the enemy. This is him. This is him completely in charge, but pretending he's not. Of course, because he's such a master tactician.
And if this wouldn't be a problem, this billion-berry man being tied up by cloth wouldn't be a problem if for 10 years he wasn't a Gary Stu. Because other than this, the only time he's been bound up in this way is when he was sent to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Never before. No, never after that.
You should rephrase that. It's not sent to prison. He sent himself to prison.
Yeah, willingly went to prison.
To be sent to prison assumes that he lost to the Marines.
Right. Which that didn't happen. I don't know why he didn't fight Kizaru and Egghead. I mean, certainly. If he can fend off Aki Inu, like, that will never not be weird.
I mean, come on, water could dissipate light. It's so easy.
Why not? Instead of Sentomaru, trade out one fat guy for another.
Well, Sentomaru needed to be there because... So anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just sitting here being tied up by... I'm so mad. I don't care about anybody else, really, because this happens all the time. That's fair. But with him, the man worth over 1 billion berries. Okay. Okay, can you imagine Katakuri in this situation?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just completely destroyed. Doesn't stand a chance. Gunko destroys Katakuri.
Jack, King.
Able to defeat Jinbe with backup? Katakuri wouldn't even land a hit.
Mind you, too, speaking of Katakuri, Jinbe was the one to introduce us to the special paramecia class and already knew how to disarm Katakuri's Mochi's stickiness with tea.
Oh my god. Molotov is cooking in chat.
Just slow the arrows.
Foxy's coming in, boys. It's the natural enemy of God. Foxy the pirate.
Thank you, Molotov. Pay attention to the channel. That will be a video. Because he has appeared in the manga recently. He was an Egghead.
True. Well, he wasn't at Egghead, but he was in the arc, yeah.
Right, he was in the arc.
Could you imagine?
Also, you mean to tell me Jinbe couldn't make the arrows wet? They're made of cloth.
Yeah, that would just make them stronger.
Oh, no.
You ever been hit by a wet shirt? That stings.
True.
He's gonna Davy back Emu for the world's flag.
True. Now he's the emperor, baby.
Foxy is the final villain.
But I hate this. So he could, and it's so frustrating because, like, how do I defeat this ability? You knew how to defeat Katakuri. I don't know, bro.
It's to be fair, this one time, he had been working for Big Mom for years.
A year.
He'd been working for Big Mom for a year. He would know about Katakuri.
To the point where he knows all of his moves and study. Okay, I hate this.
Like, I don't know if he would know all of his moves, but like, let's be honest. This is Big Mom's favorite son.
Yeah.
A lot of Jinbei's co-workers would be talking about how cool and awesome everything Katakuri does is. Somebody has seen the Mochi Wheel. Somebody has told Jinbe about how cool the Mochi powers are.
And then using his brilliant tactical mind, I guess, he just figured out that tea would disable the Mochi stickiness.
Well, yeah. Look at Jinbe. He's a big fat guy. He understands how food works.
I forgot that he was in the food arc. That's funny.
Katakuri was the coolest guy. Just like my man Obito.
I hate how this character's been written. I think this is the worst written character in One Piece. I do, because ever since he's been on the scene, he's been a fill-in for somebody else. Or he just sits around.
Yeah.
He has no personality. He has no identity.
Well, it's just that the Straw Hats were already so well defined and so well rounded out.
Yeah.
Like, we barely had room for we barely had room for Brook and Frankie.
And it's not like we haven't had time with him. We've had plenty of time with Jinbe, more than we've had with Brook. Like in terms of them joining arc, I should say. Because Brook got one arc, Jinbe has had several as a character in the narrative, and he has not changed.
At least have Jinbe bite onto a fish hook while the Straw Hats are fishing like a cat on catnip.
There has to be some kind of gag.
Like, even if his gag is being the straight man, it's not like... He's not even a good straight man.
And then even that, people pass the ball around with being the straight man. Even Luffy.
Yeah. But
because it says...
Usually Zoro's the straight man. And even Zoro has a gag.
Right. It is so... Because even like in this arc, what conversation has he had? What personality has emerged?
I mean, most of Jinbe's dialogue, even in... Like, Jinbe's been getting a decent amount of dialogue in this arc.
Yeah, yes.
He says something like almost once a chapter, which is a lot considering how the story's been written lately.
Right.
But a lot of his stuff is just like asking the audience questions or just remarking on something. Like he feels almost like an audience surrogate,
which is so weird in this type of series.
Being the main character.
And then asking and inquiring on questions that everybody in the scene and reading that particular segment of the story would know. Oh, if something's weird going on, it has to be a Dofru power.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, what about... I mean, that could be chalked up to, what if this is your first time reading One Piece? There's a lot of kids that read Shonen Jump. Some of them might just be getting into One Piece. Jinbe, he might be the character that's meant for that, to try to phrase it in a way that they can understand. I don't know. I'm stretching. I'm trying.
Yeah. Okay.
Would literally anything change if Jinbe was swapped with S-Shark?
No.
Yes. Because S-Shark has had more interactions with Sanji.
You're right.
That Jinbe has had interactions with the entire crew.
Mind you, he's supposed to be part of the monster quartet, I guess, now.
I guess. I don't know. I kind of like him as, I like him here. As kind of like the leader of the B team.
I don't.
You're like, I don't like him here to begin with.
Brook, I mean, even now, like, Brook is giving interesting dialogue, like, that woman, no, it couldn't be. What do you mean?
I mean, this chapter is, like, peak Brook.
It really is.
Can we talk about this? Your life will be devoted into making music for me.
Oh, you were right, by the way. Shout out to you.
About what?
You said that Brook would
she
be
wants
made
Brook?
into...
Yeah.
Yeah, and she would make him into a music slave. Also, she's making a rapier out of her arrow.
Yeah.
For fencing.
Oh,
like Brook.
Yeah.
What is that about? And you see his actual rapier when in the next shot when she's kicking him in the face. It has the hilt and everything. So that's wild, because I didn't even think she could make weapons.
I wonder if it's just made of that, or if she's like coating her sword in that. I don't know. Because I feel like a God's Knight should have a sword in some way. And I would wonder if she has a sword with a Zoan in it.
Huh. Maybe. Or like, what? Or it could be a sword maybe she is like Katakuri and she keeps her sword in her body.
Mm-hmm.
Like in her sleeve or something. I don't know.
Oh, she should have a big old coat, so.
Yeah.
L for Oda, no joke. Yet. We will get there.
I mean, look at the scene. It has to be
time and place. But yeah, I like that. She's a Celestial Dragon and a Soul King fan, and this is just peak Jinbe right now. That's one hell of a groupie.
To kill him.
Adds literally nothing, just agrees with what's happening in the scene.
I hate this. I hate it.
Hey, Jinbe, what's happening right now?
But people love him, and I'll never understand.
Because he had that really good moment with Luffy. And sometimes one good moment is all a character needs.
I had no retort, yeah. Yeah. And then Brook tells us why he is the best, because he says, my Captain Straw Hat Luffy gave me a second lease on life. Since then, my loyalty has been to him alone. I would sooner embrace death than live without honor. Based.
I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees!
So good. So good. He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect.
No! No! I was gonna put Brook's name in there. Humming Mulesguard Brook.
Yo! This is better than...
he's so good!
I don't care what anyone says. This is better than that hack toast scene Jinbe gave to Big Mom. Throw it out in the trash. No. This. Because this is actually immediate danger when you're put in a compromised position and someone questions your loyalty, you stand true.
I mean, this is the exact scene that we just got in probably might be top 5. Probably not the best, but definitely like top 5 scenes in Wano with Nami.
Yeah, exactly.
Nami, just lie. It'll be okay. I can't. That's my boy.
That's my boy. He most definitely will be king of the pirates. That's dedication.
That's dedication. And yeah, Brook's doing the same thing. I love this. Every Straw Hat needs this moment before the end of the series, man.
Jinbe will never have this moment. Big Mom doesn't count because he can apparently beat Big Mom, I guess. I guess. I don't know.
Did Nami do that in Stampede? I didn't watch that one.
Stampede is the bullet one. Probably. I forgot. But she did do it in Wano against Ulti. When Ulti was about to crack her skull in.
Oh my god, she's so mad. She's just kicking the crap out of him.
Oh. Poor Brook. Oh yeah, she keeps kicking him and she feels bad about it because she clenches her heart. Look at this.
Because she's a fan. And she's
like,
just told no. Parasocial relationship. Oh no! I love that she is currently in the process of beating Brook to death, and meanwhile Summer's in the background. Hey, kill again! We good to go! Yeah, I just killed Saul. Let's go talk to these guys.
That's so funny. Also,
they are on a mission and they are performing business.
Meanwhile, to add on to that, earlier on, both of them like, I don't know if we want to mess with a Yonko crew, y'all. They're so wusses. They're so wuss-made. I like that, though. That's true. They're strategic, though. No, it's not wussy. It's strategic. Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Let's be completely real. The mission is to get Elbaf. The mission is to steal some kids. The mission isn't, like, not to enrage a Yonko crew.
Right.
Because, like, even if we can beat the Yonko crew, do we want to throw the wrench the size of Straw Hat Luffy into our plan?
No.
No! The Gorosei tried that. Did you see what happened to them?
One of them is dead. So yeah, it makes total sense.
Warriors of Elbaf! The question mark there is kind of funny to me.
Wait, what's it? Oh.
I'm talking to Summers' speech here, because I haven't read this part yet.
Oh yeah, Warriors of Elbaf. Are you really warriors? Doesn't look like it. Her. But yeah.
Ooh, I like this pumpkin guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's that?
I bet by now you're feeling the pressure. We're cool. I'm the dagger of the Holy Land. I'm like Summers of the God's Knights, man.
Man. Look at that weird dog spider.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Someone is afraid of...
Of that one meme from like 6 years ago. Here's another thing too. The dagger of the Holy Land marriage. So does he have an epitaph on top of his epitaph?
I mean, that just might be what the God's Knights are considered.
Yeah.
The dagger, like the dagger as in like the weapon wielded in the hand of the world government. They're kind of secretive, I guess.
Yeah, the hit. Right.
Hidden
Cloak
weapon.
and dagger.
Yeah.
Oh, we get a manicure.
Themselves, yeah. You're probably already aware we're currently in the middle of kidnapping 10 children. Only 10? Huh.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll wait.
We already
killed
okay. Saul. Oh, I love his little snake guy.
That's what I was gonna say. This reminded me of Hydra from Magellan.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because it's completely made out of thorns. Either that or it's a Zoan fruit. I doubt it's a Zoan, but it could be.
I mean, didn't they say it was the thorn fruit?
Yeah, I mean, no, like if his sword ate a Zoan fruit.
Oh, and he's
it was like a whip or something.
Yeah, and he's imbuing it with the that's kind of cool, actually.
Or alternatively, this could just be like the thorn fruit, and he's doing something similar to like Magellan or Katakuri or something, or Dolphy.
Funny, you know, it'd be really funny. What if his sword ate the Ouroboros fruit? So they coated it in thorn so it wouldn't want to eat itself.
That's funny. Oh, that's good. I like that. Mythical snake fruit Ouroboros.
Like, it's probably the worst Zoan fruit that you could possibly have.
Right? Because your legs are always so tasty to yourself.
Yeah.
That's a good one. No, that's good, Zakk. That's good. I like that.
Coated in thorn so it can't eat itself. It'd hurt his tummy. It's showtime. Too bad we don't have a video feed. Oh.
Poor Ange.
Of course. Alright, you'll inform the parents about time to wake the children up from their dreams. Like, what is the plan? Oh, they got Colin in front now.
Yes.
Cool. Please give me a Jimmy Neutron scene where the kids rule and they have to break themselves out.
We're the kids of America.
I am 100% okay with giving the Straw Hats less spotlight if we get a few chapters of the kids handling it themselves.
That's cool.
That would be fun.
Colin teaching his fellow classmates to be warriors.
Yes.
As he is afraid of this giant cow and ghost they have come on the scene.
And so
I'll let you catch up.
And so, Colin is invited on to the new giant warrior pirates because Loki is doing what his hero could never: allow a child onto the crew.
Yo.
Colin being in charge is awesome.
I like it a lot.
Oh, the ghost is cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're moms! Oh, the only thing... What could possibly be scarier?
This is peak fiction. They're being attacked by their wives. It looks kind of like my missus. That's so funny.
That's really funny. You're looking.
The wives.
You're in for a beating.
They tear down the ship. The ship crashes.
Oh, that's so funny.
I love you, Dorian Bragi. Oimo. Oh, Oimo the Kashi now.
Got absolutely killed.
Devastated.
Oh my god. That is, I would have never thought of that. That is so funny.
Elbaf keeps winning, baby.
Elbaf keeps winning.
I'm sorry for always going out drinking, Mom.
I should have forgotten to take out the garbage. Oh,
This
man.
Their
is
going
greatest
up
fear
there.
is a big mom. I knew it.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the Snake Boy again.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool.
It's really cool.
That's such a cool scene. Him standing on top watching it happen in the background.
It's out of a movie.
Bro, where has this been? This choreography, this penmanship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
like,
bro.
Even if the penmanship is a little bit scratchy and like goofy in some places, like this, like the way that he puts it together is so good.
It's very cinematic.
Yeah, like you can literally like see this, like you can see the movement in the picture here without having to use like speed lines or any of this nonsense.
Right, it's immaculate.
It's so good, and the sense of scale. Because you could tell how big that boat is because it's way off in the distance because of all the trees, but like he's a small guy. That's a big ship.
Also, just notice that's not his sword because his sword is sheathed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it, my funny joke.
But it was a good one though. That was pretty good. So yeah, he is just like I assume that he's like Magellan or whatever, and this is just a construct that he's piloting. So yeah, but even like look at the wood texture on the snake guy. Goodness.
Molotov once again cooking in chat. Two sword style. It's happening.
Yo, wait a minute.
Oh man, and unfortunately the Mountain Eater is proven to be a fraud.
No!
Roger's left-hand man can't even fight some ghosts. Garbage. Terrible character.
Terrible. Didn't play enough of Luigi's Mansion.
I mean,
that joke land?
Who has played enough Luigi's Mansion?
That is true. I need to play some more.
Seems to only get worse for those brats.
So he's entrusted.
Wait, Jarl. Okay, going on.
The country is entrusted to a lobotomized old man. Oh no!
This is how it be.
Oh
this
no!
This is what Harold did. Seeing as the king's gone, you will speak for Elbath. Loki is going to kill this man.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait for him to step on him. And then for his shoe to be immediately filled with thorns. Oh, you can't step on him. That's right. You can't step on Summers.
Yeah, not really.
Wow.
Huh. It's like the, remember the episode of... It's a deep cut, I guess. The episode of SpongeBob where he's going into everyone's dreams.
And he turns into attack?
He turns to attack with Plankton.
Yep.
Crush! And then,
I think Plankton deflates.
Yeah, and so because he's made of rubber and is a giant balloon, Loki will deflate. Well, this is awkward.
Well, oh no. And then everyone beats him to death.
Oh, do you think God Usopp will get it? Oh man. Do you think that someone will get a crown of thorns?
I think Summers might give himself a crown of thorns when he awakens.
Maybe.
That's cool.
He does kind of have like just because of the long hair and the chisel jaw and stuff, like he does have some sort of like Jesus kind of look to him.
And he's got a cross in his beard.
Yeah. So you might be able to put some Christ imagery on the dude.
Oh. That's a thought. And then he does have he is riding on a snake.
Dude, that is like crazy though, that he thinks that 10 hostages are enough to take over a country.
That's a little
insane.
Short-sighted. Because I mean it's a country.
Oh, thank God. Map piece.
Oh, yes.
Holy smokes. Oh, wait, no, that's Cuba. I thought that was Frankie. Oh man, Frankie is really far away.
Yeah, he's all the way over here. There's he's here with a hot mom. Then there's Tiny Daddy.
He's gonna have to like Kuda burst all the way out there if he wants to be in the
Right?
arc. Did Frankie get rid out of the arc?
I hope not. That's a big fart he's got to do. Coop de boo. Sure. And then Ange and Quillingham all the way over here.
All right. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we're not having the kids breaking out themselves.
Yeah, no.
They're getting name drops and their own little poster. I love this.
Also,
I love this image, by the way. That's so cute. The
Yova. Yova. She's a cutie patootie. Also, Oimon has a child.
No!
A grandchild.
My son!
I didn't expect him to be a granddad.
And he's all the way out in Annie's lobby. He has a kid he needs to take care of. Man.
That must be a mistranslation. That can't be his grandson.
I don't know. Giants live for a while.
That's true. And then we have Usopp's, I guess, cousin, Colleen.
I have the worst luck. That is so funny. One of them would go like, this would happen to me.
Why is the long-nosed one pessimistic? Oh, I didn't catch that. Oh, no. She's just Usopp.
No, do you know what's really funny about her?
What?
The way her hair and her eyes look, she looks like Kaya with Usopp's nose.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is based foreshadowing. Is she from the future?
I like Sabo Giant. He's funny too.
Scatty?
Yeah, Scotty.
Yeah. What kind of name is that? He's cool looking though. Oh, he's another horn guy. I didn't notice that. Yeah.
Mug and Ronya. Oh, I love Ronya. She's cute.
Ronya's a funny baby.
Like, one line and they all have their own distinct personalities.
I like the fat one because he reminds me of root beer. Mug root beer.
I wonder if there's a correlation there.
I hope so.
Oh, look at Bent. Oh my god, he's my favorite.
Bent's funny.
Oh, dude, Bjorn. Oh my, look at... Oda's cooking this chapter.
Joanna, we've seen a lot.
At least you have parents.
What does that mean?
She's an orphan, dude.
Oh. Why, though?
Oda is cooking with these designs, dude.
How did he make all the babies good? Because Rona is saving. How is Rona carrying this chapter? Look at her.
She's blessed. I like Colleen is good. Mug is cool. Bjorn is. Oh my god.
Yo.
I can't believe he put me in the manga when I was 16.
That's crazy. And I like how Rona has a cap like her dad. We see right next to the
bent is like his head is just bent sideways.
Yo! And he has a bit in his hair. This is good.
7 years to get Jinbe wrong. 1 panel to get 7 characters correct.
That's what I'm saying, honestly. Because Loki, I needed 1 shot, and I was like, this is the best, and he only got better. Jinbe effectively has gotten worse since Arlong Park.
Bjorn's hairline is unfortunate.
Yes.
I love these. I love this. Oda's cooking.
Man, when he makes a funny baby, he makes a funny baby.
I love how 4 of them are in despair. And they all show it in different ways. I mean, I guess they're all in despair and they're all showing it in different ways.
Yeah.
Except for Rona.
Well, except Rona.
Oh, this is perfect.
Ronya will save the day.
And then Colin makes 10.
Yes. I love that his father is proud of him. It's so funny that she's holding her husband. That's so good. You hear that, Ripley? Our boy sure is something. So good.
I love how she's attempting to do the Wano Ha face.
That's good. Also, they dunk on Bjorn before that, but go on.
I'm glad they didn't go all the way there.
Oh yeah, where like her neck recedes back. Yeah.
Just save me at least. You suck, Bjorn. Who
Bjorn
said that? Good. Johanna?
I think because she's got the angry huff of her head. He was so smart to give all these guys different silhouettes because you can tell who is who.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Oh.
How does he do it?
He is a genius.
How does he do it?
One moment he's writing like his worst thing in the world that I wouldn't read on my worst day. The next, he's making some of the best characters of all time.
Where was this in Egghead?
Where was this in Egghead? Because most of them Vegapunks kind of sucked.
They all felt the same.
Like you had two that were standouts. I hated Shaka.
I mean, even Atlas. I just liked Atlas because I thought her design was cool. Because I like Astro Boy.
Atlas, cool design. Shaka, cool design because I want his coat.
Yeah.
Edison and Pythagoras are the same dude.
Everything is bad because Oda wrote it. Everything is good because the assistants drew it.
Oh no. No, Molotov!
He got each assistant to draw their own character.
Each one of you draw a funny baby now.
Draw yourself as a child.
Yes.
Honestly, this almost feels like that.
It does.
Like, all of these characters are so distinct, it feels like he's drawing actual people that he knows. Like caricatures of his assistants and co-workers.
You're right. It feels like the approach he has with the admirals, how like they're all caricatures of actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does feel like that. You're absolutely right. I don't know. Sabo as giant baby is kind of doing it for me. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like the Usopp baby. I like the funny Gappy baby. All good. All good. Boys and girls. Very good.
So they got Colon. Listen, warriors have no need for schools. They don't need libraries, pointless history.
That's what I'm saying.
Light Elbaf on fire.
I don't know. Summers, he's wrong, but he's cooking. But
and giving the choice to Jarl is so smart because you know this guy cannot be trusted to make the right decision.
No. Also, this is skipping ahead a little bit, but you'll see it.
Why would Angie say this?
Because she's stupid.
You can't burn the library! All the world's hidden history is at the library!
I couldn't believe when I read it. Why would you say that out loud?
Burn down all of the books of the scholars of Ohara that got that survived a buster call that you tried to destroy, you the world government?
And Summers breaks the fourth wall and says, "You sure are a big mouth." Like he turns to the camera, is like, "Get a load of her." Like what? We didn't even know that.
What? Why would you say that out loud?
Also, Gabon, one of the few good fathers in One Piece, he's actually going to save his boy. Something that Garp couldn't do. And something that Roger was too dead to do.
So he's definitely dead by the end of this arc.
No. But probably.
A good father in One Piece ain't gonna happen.
I hope he chops down Somers' vines. His thorns, that'd be good. But getting a Robin fight? Is that what we're alluding to here?
She's going to fight Scopper Gabon.
No. Oh no.
I mean, who's Robin even gonna fight? Gunko?
I mean,
are we getting another Robin Brook team up?
Technically, she does counter Gunko because she can just grow the arms on the arrows.
Yeah, Devil Child, Nico Robin with the Eam eyes. Interesting.
I mean, that's true. But like, I think that's just expression, to be honest.
So an unlikely duo. So are they with Saul? No.
No, they're rushing from their Robin's with Saul.
Yeah. Just interesting that he phrased it like this, as an unlikely duo springing into action.
Yeah, I guess because they have
together.
But they're both like, seeing as how both things that they care about are being threatened, they're jumping into action for like first and foremost. And I guess Gabon can get there because I guess he's light speed or whatever.
He probably is Geppo or some nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, probably. If we just want to make more Sanji parallels, he probably has Geppo.
Sometimes TCB literally makes stuff up for the end of the chapter. That's fair.
That's true. We'll have to wait for the official. But
as I support the official release, please.
I support the official release. I sure do. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Good chapter.
Good chapter.
Jinbe's bad.
Oda was hooking. Between the kids and Brook's final stand and the moms. Holy crap. A lot of good stuff happened this chapter.
A lot of good things.
And also Jinbe was here.
Yeah. He sure was. Being the worst character he could possibly be. Also, I guess this octopus. The squid. That's where Rona is.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's a construct of Killingham. I didn't even notice that. When you see Rona's father freaking out.
That's our boy from Fishman Island. The Kraken coming back to save us.
Oh, Sarume, yeah. Man, I didn't know Splatoon was in One Piece. Crazy. But yeah, very good chapter. We got mug root beer. Yeah, I'm jazzed.
There's not really that much left to say other than good chapter.
Yeah, good chapter. I hope Jinbe is killed. Because man ain't grown a character yet. It's been 10 years, ain't grown a character.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I'm so upset because like he's supposed to be a main character and every other warlord has something going on.
Yeah.
Even warlords that haven't appeared in the series officially, like Hanafuda.
Yeah.
Hanafuda was carrying the entirety of the Beast Pirates. That's crazy.
But don't worry. Jinbe, he can steer real good.
Steer himself right into being tied up. Crazy.
He's steering the conversation.
Right to the ground.
He's steering the series right into the ground.
The fish were born to fry. I guess that's it, though.
I would just like to see Jinbe. Either A, I would like to see Jinbe emote more.
Yeah.
Or B, use his lack of emotion as a gag like he did with Law.
Even Law didn't like bread.
Well, Law has that one glorious moment where they put Chopper on his head and treat him like a joke. And his entire world is shattered. That was funny.
Or maybe Jinbe will name a plan to get out of his bindings. Maybe that will be the pun.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10 years ago, how everybody thought that was going to be the gag that would be a pillar of his character.
Operation Silver Goose. Operation Straight as an Arrow.
Operation Slippery Fish. See, I slipped out of your bindings because I'm a fish man and I'm slimy.
And then Usopp in the background. Operation Kill Gunko is a go!
He's so bad. He's so bad. Okay, I'm done saying he's bad.
Until next week when the movie comes out.
Oh yeah, and then next week, yeah. Next week we'll review The Fire all over again. Well.
Next week we desperately need the God's Knights to bring a box that Jinbe can stack, and then all will be saved.
Yeah.
I believe in Oda.
Because that's all he's good at. It's stacking boxes that contain a man who has no like moral compass and will just clone anybody regardless of social constructs or respecting anyone's humanity.
It is wild that Jinbe straight up saved the life of the man who cloned him to become a tool for the organization he hates the most.
And refuses to elaborate further. He just doesn't.
Well, it was the right thing to do. He's a kind soul, that Jinbe.
Just the writing for him is in the trash.
In the dumpster, dude.
Hey, you know what's crazy? People kept telling me to wait. Every time when I would get into a long, like 5-page tirade on Reddit or someplace, people said, well, you know what? You just need to wait to see. It'll get better.
He hasn't been a part of the Straw Hat crew for that long. Come on, just wait. Oda will give him something.
And then an arc passes, and then another arc passes, and then another arc passes. And I'm just like, what were you all waiting for? And then here's the thing, and I bring this up in the video. People would get, I guess, mad at me and just say, I just want him on the crew, but he could be stagnant. You want so you want this to be like Dragon Ball, where a character doesn't do anything. Why would you want that?
I need a character to glaze up everything that I'm doing to make me look cooler.
I guess that's what they think. Because this is such a weird way to go about it. I'm not sure.
Which is why Jinbe will get the glaze fruit and use it with his fishman karate.
Yes, to make everything polished.
Yeah.
And to put him over Sanji is weird, but people do it. It's fine. I don't understand it.
I mean, I like the one panel where he's punching Brook.
Yeah.
I like that he's attempting to do stuff. I like that sometimes everything he does doesn't go exactly as according to plan. But I need more. I need to see him emote and interact with people in an interesting and unique way.
Because he's a main character now.
Yeah. I believe Oda can do it. If anyone can.
I am of the thinking that this is being done on purpose. So the audience does not have investment in him as much as they do with the other characters.
You think
because
so?
I think so. And this is not a joke or anything. Like, because, and this will be in the movie that is coming.
You think
I swear.
Oda doesn't want people to be sad if he kills them off?
Exactly. Because if you look at everybody, right, like the whole spread.
Yeah.
From Luffy to Brook, you can name one thing that they have going for them, either in terms of story or in terms of power set. Jinbe, you have to make things up. You have to theorize heavily in order to draw any water from that stone. Jinbe is very like open and shut case. You've seen enough of him to get what he's about, and there's no hint that there's going to be any more. It's a power, not in terms of backstory, not in terms of anything.
Yeah.
Whereas even when you look at the other warlords, there's still intrigue with a lot of them. At least the original 7. Dofi, what's going on with him? What does he know? How does he know it? Crocodile. Is he really a guy? What's his relationship with Ivankov?
Luffy's mom?
Yeah.
20 years later, we are still asking this.
That's my point, though. Like, could it come true? Probably not, but that's still a question. Mihawk. Why is Mihawk seen as like this alien entity, but is yet so human?
I mean, shoot, we just got Kuma's entire backstory.
We just got it. And Kuma and Dofi were introduced at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 years ago. And so it's weird that with Jinbe in particular, especially in being a part of the original set, there's nothing to go.
There's nothing to go on. He is a massive jobber who couldn't keep up with Roger despite being in the same generation. Is that true?
I'm trying to think. I don't think
Jinbe
that's
that old.
Jinbe's like in his 40s, right?
I guess technically he could have been he could have been like, I don't think it was a pirate. I think it was when he had his cushy job as
in Neptune's army.
Well, he might have been part of Fisher Tiger's crew then.
Yeah. Or he just started pirating.
Oh, he refers to Crocodile.
Oh, right, yeah. Still, yeah, because he was at the execution.
Yeah.
Crocodile. He was like a young lad then, or a young lady, I don't know. But it's weird that even when you consider like with Jinbe and being in Neptune's army, how did he get Neptune's army? Why did he want to be a part of Neptune's army? Does that matter? Not really. But there's no place to go.
Yeah.
Though that's just my opinion. I just can't see anywhere. And it's weird because you would think there would be something set up for him. Because with Zoro, we got the whole Black Blade lore. We got
I mean, shoot, with Jinbe, like, we got a whole arc dedicated to him, practically.
Yeah. And then even there wasn't enough story to go on, and we focused on Koala.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because that never happens. Like, in a story about a character, we don't focus on other characters.
I mean, really, the flashback was Fisher Tigers. And
it was pretty much...
It was really just pretty much history of Fishman Island.
And it's weird because you would think it would be about him. I mean, there's enough of him in there, but he's certainly not the main character of that backstory.
So even all the way back then,
which you would think that would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
And then even when you get the whole cake, there is nothing still. We just make good on the characters that we introduced in that backstory with like Aladdin.
Yeah.
Because Aladdin, of course, is shown to be married to Charlotte Praline. And then, Wadasume joins at that point, but Wadasume is just a guy we met in Fishman Island. So, and then we had the whole cover story on top of that. That's 28 entries. And that does nothing but reintroduce Wadasume and have him join Jinbe.
It's so weird that Jinbe's dream is to live under the same sky as the regular people, right? Like, his dream is the Fishman Island dream. Like, his dream is to end racism. And we don't even really know what he thinks about his people.
And then even that dream is more so implied.
Yeah. He didn't put his leg on a barrel.
Yeah.
Come on.
And there's no like dedicated panel where he says, this is where I want to do. Even when he's talking to all the fishermen pirates in Whole Cake, he says, I think Luffy will do this for me.
Yeah.
Which is like, what? Why would he do this thing in particular? I don't know. He'll do it though. It's strange. And the only reason I keep bringing it up because it keeps happening because this is a main character.
Like, it almost feels like a reflection of Frankie's dream.
Yeah.
Because Frankie wants to do the same thing that Tom did, right? He wants to create the ship that will uncover the secrets of the world, sail around the planet.
Right.
Find Laugh Tale. So, Jinbei's dream is, instead of the ship that'll sail around the world, his dream is to ensure that the guy on the ship will sail around the world.
To end racism, I guess.
Is it to end racism?
I guess it's rooted in racism, but then I constantly don't understand that because going back to Roger had Sunbelle. Sunbelle is a fishman.
Mm-hmm.
So the most famous pirate crew in the world had a fishman on it.
Yeah.
And then ever since fishermen were introduced, we've seen fishermen in crews with humans.
Yeah.
Foxy had a bunch of fishermen. Dillinger was a part of the Don Quixote family. Like, Jack was a fishman. That's a part of the Beast Pirates. Big Mom has a bunch of fishermen in her crew. Like, I don't get it. Mako was a part of the Whitebeard Pirates. Like, it does not Marco, Mako.
I gotta go back to the chapter real quick, actually. I'm flip-flopping. I just remembered something very important.
What's up?
Gunko is a very interesting character.
Yes.
Is this the first time that... When was the last time that a villain in an arc was specifically tied to another character, not named Luffy?
Give me a minute. Hold on.
It's probably Queen.
Queen based on
Sanji,
and then later Frankie through Viver cards.
Well, I'm not even talking about the Viver card stuff. I'm talking about, like, this is a character that I wrote in the series to specifically be against this Straw Hat.
Queen with the answer.
So Queen. And then in the entirety since post time skip, it's only really been like Queen and then like, I don't know, Hyozo,
like, not really, because
since Zoro fought Hachi.
Because Hachi tells Zoro about Hyozo in a roundabout way, but I really wouldn't consider that a relationship. But yeah, I get your point.
But if you don't count Sanji or Zoro, like, when was the last time that we had a character specifically drawn into the series to reflect and fight a specific Straw Hat that wasn't the Monster Trio? I mean, we had, like, Absalom and Thriller Bark. I guess Hogback?
I guess, in hindsight, Ryuma. Because Ryuma is Zoro's ancestor.
Well, I'm saying not part of the Monster Trio.
Oh.
I'm thinking, like, you could stretch it to be Hogback with Chopper.
Hogback, kinda. Oh, that's tough.
So weird because, like, that's one of the things that makes Enies Lobby so special to people. Is that, like, it feels like all of the characters were handcrafted to fight specific guys, particularly the Monster Trio.
Yeah.
But Chopper got his own villain. Like, Nami got her own villain as, like, extension of Sanji. And his stuff,
true.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And then I guess, like, you could say, like, Black Maria sort of like that.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I don't know, but Black Maria's not really tied to Robin, like, at all.
No.
Her power set is specifically, like, geared to be, like, good against Robin. Or, in hindsight, bad against Robin. But, like, then you have, like, Absalom... And then, I don't know.
Absalom being tied with
Sanji.
Right. That's...
And just think. Brook has his fan fighting him.
See, that's hyper... That's more... That is so interesting because that's very hyper specific.
This is like the first time in the series this has happened.
Because the only other time I can say in a roundabout way is York and Frankie. And they didn't even fight. Oh, man, that's good. Ooh.
Do you understand how monumental this is?
It's big. No, you're right. Because I'm trying to think. I can't.
Yeah, I guess you could say, like, Hody Jones and Nami?
Which...
Did they even talk about Arlong together?
Because really, Arlong's entire bit falls on Jinbe.
Yeah.
So, like, Hody's just like the stooge that was inspired by Arlong.
And then Jinbe doesn't even fight Hody.
No.
Like, diggity dog, 100%. Arc would have been so much better if Jinbe fought Hody.
It would have gave more context. Yeah.
Instead of having Hody job to Zoro, have Jinbe job to Hody. Then we understand how much of a threat he is.
I mean, especially seeing as how I don't care what anyone says, and this is just, I think this falls on Oda's lack of attention with Jinbe. The fact that Hody's Fishman Karate looks more impressive than Jinbe's is weird. The fact that he can sculpt sharks out of water and throw that he has a themed attack because he's a great white shark.
Yeah.
Jinbe doesn't have any themed attacks. He doesn't suck.
He doesn't have whale shoulder throw.
No whale shark attacks, no vacuum filter feeder things. There's nothing going on. That's why I'm like, I'm so confused. Even against Jack, you would think that Jinbe would have something to say about Jack.
You know, the fishman on a Yonko crew?
That's why when people say, oh, who is racist, who works for a fishman?
Yeah.
Like he works with two fishermen because Sasaki is a fisherman as well.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Who remembers Jack?
Yeah, he may appear in a cover story. He might. I doubt it. He might.
Do you think the average One Piece fan is going to think of Jack when they think of important fishmen in the series?
No, they don't even know who Sunbell is. So no.
I mean, to be honest, Sunbell has barely been named in the series.
True, he is like named.
Like, Roger is barely named in the series.
True.
The only reason we know Roger is because he's on the start of every episode of the 4Kids dub.
All right.
There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates.
Yes, important fishman Dillinger. True.
Exactly.
But
the fighting fishman guy?
Yeah, he's the only fictional fishman in One Piece. Because every other fish is of a fish that's actually real.
Yeah.
Like Sasaki is like a unicorn fishman. A unicorn fish is a real thing. Despite its name suggesting otherwise, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know how Jinbe is written, but with Brook fighting his fan here, that's why I'm saying, like, he's given such great prominence here just in that fact alone. You're absolutely right.
It's just wild that it took 1,100 chapters to get there.
And that's why it kind of marries well with the start of the time skip, because he gives all that up to chase the dream. He didn't even have to be a pirate.
And then this fan is absolutely miffed that he did that.
Yes.
Well, that can't be right. He was making me music. Bring him here. Let him make me more music.
All the singles stopped because you want to be a dirty pirate.
Yeah.
You shall be my music slave now.
Like, the fact that we didn't have a specific fight for Nami in Fishman Island tied to Arlong.
It doesn't make sense.
Jinbe is
it's kind of bad
so that Brook can understand Laboon.
No, that's Chopper's job. That'd be Chopper's job, because Chopper can actually talk to fish. Like, because he talks to the Yager bulls. No, the King bulls. Sodom and Gomorrah back in NS Lobby. So he's actually the one that can communicate. Jinbe just controls fish or asks them for favors by sending out Aquaman distress singles or whatever. Also, that too doesn't make sense. That's never explained. Why can he do that?
Why can he do that?
Because
it has not been helpful once.
Not one. I mean, it's been helpful in very, 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 very niche situations.
I mean, was it really just there to set up that a fishman can do this? So theoretically, you could do that with the Sea Kings if you're a very special child of Providence or whatever.
I mean, yes and no, because fishmen can't normally do that. Merfolk can always do that.
Yeah.
So that seems to be a common ability amongst merfolk, like the mermaid people. And then in story prominence, Shirahoshi's just at the top of that list. With fishmen being able to do it, it's shown to be like a rare ability, but it's never expounded upon in any significant way. So I'm not sure why the audience should care about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not helpful because most of the arcs takes place where? On islands, on land. And we have a character that can already talk to every animal. So again, I'm like, I don't understand.
And all of this ties back. We have Brook fighting his own fan. And this all ties back to when we get Usopp fighting Van Augur. And Van Augur puts on a Sogeking mask.
I hope. Brother, I want that so bad.
You've defiled the legacy of a national hero.
Bruh. Because that...
I want him to be from Sniper Island so bad.
That has to be. Because that joke has to lead somewhere. That can't be just dropped.
And Van Augur, the man with the plan, the guy who is always the most stoic out of that crew.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so funny.
And he just breaks character and gives Usopp an earful.
Well, he doesn't break character. That's what he's like when he puts the mask on.
Oh,
so
right.
He can truly be himself without fear.
Ooh. I got chills. Wait a minute. Ooh.
I love One Piece.
I love One Piece.
It probably won't happen, but man.
I'm gonna make a video about it.
Van Augur has to put on the Sogeking mask. Van Augur is from Sniper Island, and I can prove it. What other funny thumbnails can we use for that?
I'm not sure.
I'm looking at Mob. Holy smokes.
Also, did you know his gun is named Thousand Lands?
Whose?
Van Augur's gun.
Oh.
It's called Thousand Lands.
Interesting, because that's how far it can shoot.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Across 1,000 lands. Oh, that's so sick.
Quick, is there a 1,000 lands line in the Sogeking theme song?
No, what? There's one island in your heart.
So technically, we're all from Sniper Island.
Yeah. He did fight Kuro of 1,000 or 100 plans. 1,000 plans from 1,000 lands, I guess. Well,
I think
you got anything else to add, bro?
That's just about everything I have to say. Let me go ahead and hit that one more time.
Oh, that's so good. So good. But yeah, so if you're on the TikTok, check out Pinball PA. Bruh's been cooking over there.
I got to talk about the whole history of Gottlieb. Oh my god.
I saw
the more I read into that, the more I just like my brain started melting. There is an alternate reality where the console wars were not between Nintendo and Sega, but were between Pepsi and Coke. And I want that to be a reality.
That's cool. And then Reddit Sephiroth on the YouTube.
Which has been kind of dead for a little while, but I have some ideas.
That's good.
But while you're on that YouTube, find Paula P. Works. My man is cooking every day. Every day. Call him the sous chef because he don't stop cooking.
Head of the kitchen.
Head of the kitchen. Also, Paula P. Works on the Twitch, on the TikTok.
TikTok.
Are you still streaming on Saturdays, or?
Unfortunately, that has to end because the machine is not having it.
Fine.
Which is a drawback, but we'll make good on it. But a new channel will be starting soon.
Ooh.
Only about video games called Polyp Plays, so check out for that.
Ooh. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Kind of like what I do with One Piece, but there have been a few video game videos on the Polyp Works channel, so we'll just be making some more of those for this channel.
We can talk about Switch 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah. Switch 2.
Yeah,
and
is it Let's Plays or theories and news?
More so theories.
Okay.
Theories and maybe things you didn't notice. So we'll be on that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. The bar is open.
Don't be dodgy.
We'll catch you again next time.